ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः ॐ नमस्ताराय नमः शम्भवे च मयो भवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च ॐ श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने ॐ श्री सीतारामलक्ष्मणभरत शत्रुघ्नेभ्यो नमः श्री रामचन्द्रपरब्रह्मणे नमः ॐ अथ श्रीमद् ब्रह्माण्डपुराणान्तर्गत अध्यात्मरामायणं बालकाण्डम् ॐ यः पृथ्वीपरवारणाय दिविजैः सम्प्रार्थितश्चिन्मयः सञ्जातः पृथ्वीतले रविकुले मायामनुष्यो व्ययः निश्चक्रं हतराक्षसः पुनरगात् ब्रह्मत्वमाद्यं स्थिरां कीर्तिं पापहरां विधाय जगतां तं जानकीचं भजे पुरारिगिरिसम्भूता श्रीरामार्णवसङ्गता अध्यात्मरामगङ्गेयं पुनाति भुवनत्रयम् by Guru Krupa, Bhagavad Krupa, Punya Karma Phala, blessings of so many Mahatmas and Mata Pita, that we are in spiritual study, spiritual life. In the spiritual life, we are doing Shravanam of the Shastrams, which indicate to us the ultimate goal and means. In that, we are listening to this Adhyatma Ramayanam, which is a part of Brahmaanda Purana given to us by Bhagavan Vyasa. In this, the Ramakatha is being explained and given as a vision of visualizing it from the Adhyatmika Drushti. Or Ramakatha is being taught wherever the chance is there, Tattva also is taught. So, through Ramakatha, Rama Mahima, therefore Rama Bhakti. And Rama lived a life of Dharma, therefore Dharma and values also are taught. Third, because of Nirantara, Brahma Chintana simultaneously going on. So, the Brahma Dhyanam also is being done through the study of this Adhyatma Ramayana. So, Adhyatma Ramayanam helps us doing the Brahma Chintana of the Upanishads, helps us doing the Upasana of the Saguna Sakara Rama Avatara, helps us knowing and living the values along with the Dharma. That's the beauty of this. So, this Adhyatma Ramayanam is Uma Maheshwara Samvad. So, Guru Bhagavan Shiva Maheshwara Mata Uma. In that discussion only, the first Sarga Balakandam we have seen Rama Hridayam. Second Sarga of Balakanda, only 7 or 9 Sargas are there, that's all. Mata Parvati asks, please tell me in detail the Rama's Katha, both. Saguna Rama Leela, Rama's values and all. So too the Rama is Param Brahma. Shivji starts. No, the Bhumi with all her dukkha because of overloaded by the Rakshasas could not bear. By that time, those Rakshasas have troubled all the Devatas also, Lokapalakas also. So Bhumi went to Brahmadeva, so en route all the Devatas might be there. Somehow all of them reached. She spoke to him and suffered, told all her dukkha and all. Brahmadev ji kuch samay aise aankh band kar li. He came to know everything. Who is doing what. Then more people, if you go and put up the complaint or request, answered quickly. That is why 100 people signature, 1000 people signature, lakh and 10 lakh, ऐसे होते रहते हैं कहीं कभी. That's why Brahmadeva took all devatas, rishis, and Bhumata, etc. Goes to Narayana Ksherasagara Tiram, and there he Hastaushit. He the Suti of Narayana with all Purana mantras, with Veda mantras, with all the devotion from the heart, with Gadgada Gira, all Visa. Then Bhagavan arrived, seated on Garuda, Bhudevi, Sri Devi Sameta, and his Divya Mangala Vigraha, Bhagavan ka, is described by Vyasaji. And he is in that Neela Marakata Varna, and thousands of suns at a time blazing, and all the Kirita, Kundala, Kataka, Keyura, Hara, Nupura, then all the Katisutra, Angada, all were explained. Pitambara, and in a most smiling form, Bhagavan was there. So this form is meditative. See how somehow we missed the faith in our Shastra. Therefore, we take such portions very light. Whereas, this is enough for us to know in what form Bhagavan has to be meditated. Please, before the mind plunges in its own suicide of Brahmajnana Anubhuti, it needs a support for concentration and worship and surrender. That is called Bhagavan's Saguna Rupa. सगुण रूप ध्यान का जो फायदा कलयुग के लोगों को होता है और है, दूसरों को नहीं हो. कृत त्रेता में सगुण का था ही नहीं, ज्यादा नहीं था कृतयुग में, बेचारे दे वर मिसिंग. बट वी हैव दैट फैसिलिटी ऑफ फोकसिंग द माइंड्स अटेंशन थ्रू सगुण साकार उपासना. वी आर मिसिंग दैट. इस रूप में भगवान का मन में ध्यान करके उस भगवान के सामने इफ यू पुट योर एप्लीकेशन ऑफ complaints or demands or requirements, he will fulfill them. Please remember. So in the Divya Rupa, Bhagavan came. Then Brahmadi Devatas were very happy. Brahma Bhagavan has done the stuti of again Narayanaka in front. That portion we chanted yesterday, as I told you, again we will chant and we'll see the meaning. And that way the second sarga we try to complete today. So because it Narayana Stuti, in fact, let us chant from the 8th mantra till the end of chapter, because it is Bhagavan's Rupa Varnanam, Bhagavan's Stuti, and also Brahmadeva Bhagavan ka Vartalapa. ऐसा करेंगे. Next sarga, we do the talk. When the sarga is over, I'll chant. Or if I feel कि 7-8 shlokas together are conveying one theme, I will chant and explain. Again, I will chant, so that it becomes thrice and we can become more familiar. All said and done, me as a speaker, you as a listener should have utmost reverence to the Shastra, utmost Shraddha in this Adhyatma Ramayana Shastra, willingness to listen, contemplate, understand whatever sadhana to be grasping, इसका हमें भरपूर रखना है. More than what we have done for our earlier classes. Why more? Because of the sublimity and beauty of subject. Secondly, how can we stay in the same state even after 2 years? We have to get promoted, na? What's the promotion in spirituality? More attention, more shraddha, more bhakti, more intensity of longing to know and apply what is known. ये हम थोड़ा करना मुझे भी. I should not take these texts for granted. Like earlier, if I have taken, I have to show more interest in that, in this. इस तरफ मैं करूं तो मुझे ज्यादा फायदा हो. So to you. Let us chant from 8th mantra. अथ तृतीय द्वितीय सर्गः ओम ततः स्फुरत् सहस्रांशो सहस्रसदृश प्रभः आविरासीत हरिः प्राच्यां दिशां व्यपनयन् स्तमः कथञ्चित् दृष्टवान् ब्रह्मा दुर्दर्शम् अकृतात्मनाम् इन्द्रनीलप्रतीकाशं स्मितास्यं पद्मलोचनं किरीटहारकेयूर कुण्डलैः कटकादिभिः विभ्राजमानं श्रीवत्स कौस्तुभप्रभयान्वितं स्तुवद्भिः सनकाद्यैश्च पार्षदैः परिवेष्टितं शङ्खचक्रगदापद्म वनमाला विराजितं स्वर्णयज्ञोपवीतेन स्वर्णवर्णाम्बरेण च श्रिया भूम्या च सहितं गरुडोपरि संस्थितं हर्षगद्गदया वाचा स्तोतुम् उपसमुपचक्रमे ब्रह्मोवाच नतोऽस्मि ते पदं देव प्राणबुद्धीन्द्रियात्मभिः यच्चिन्त्यते कर्मपाशात् हृदि नित्यं मुमुक्षुभिः. मायया गुणमय्या त्वं सृजस्य वसिलुम्पसि जगत्तेन न ते लेपः आनन्दानुभवात्मनः तथा शुद्धिर्न दुष्टानां दानाध्ययनकर्मभिः शुद्धात्मता ते यशसि सदा भक्तिमतां यथा अतस्तवाङ्घ्रिर्मे दृष्टिः चित्तदोषापनोत्तये सद्योऽन्तर्हृदये नित्यं मुनिभिः सात्वतैर्वृतः ब्रह्माद्यैः स्वार्थसिद्ध्यर्थम् अस्माभिः पूर्वसेवितः अपरोक्षानुभूत्यर्थं ज्ञानिभिर्हृदि भावितः तवाङ्घ्रिपूजा निर्माल्य तुलसीमालया विभो स्वर्धते वक्षसि पदं लब्ध्वापि श्रीः सपत्निवतो अतस्त्वत्पादभक्तेषु तव भक्तिः श्रियोऽधिका भक्तिमेवाभिवाञ्छन्ति तद्भक्ताः सारवेदिनः अतस्त्वत्पादकमले भक्तिरेव सदास्तु मे संसारामयतप्तानां भेषजं भक्तिरेव ते इति ब्रुवन्तं ब्रह्माणं बभाषे भगवान् हरिः किं करोमीति तं वेदाः प्रत्युवाचातिहर्षितः भगवन् रावणो नाम पौलस्त्यतनयो महान् राक्षसानाम् अधिपतिः मद्दत्तवरदर्पितः त्रिलोकीं लोकपालांश्च बाधते विश्वबाधकः मानुषेण मृतिस्तस्य मया कल्याणकल्पिता अतस्त्वं मानुषो भूत्वा जहि देवरिपं प्रभो श्रीभगवानुवाच कश्यपस्य वरो दत्तः तव शातोषितेन मे याचितः पुत्रभावाय तथेत्यङ्गीकृतं मया स इदानीं दशरथः भूत्वा तिष्ठति भूतले तस्याहं पुत्रताम् एत्य कौसल्यायां शुभे दिने चतुर्धात्मानमेवाहं सुजामीतरयोः पृथक् योगमायापि सीतेति जनकस्य गृहे तदा उत्पत्स्यते तया सार्धं सर्वं सम्पादयाम्यहम् इत्युक्त्वान्तर्दधे विष्णुर्ब्रह्मा देवानथा ब्रवीत् ब्रह्मोवाच विष्णुर्मानुष्यरूपेण भविष्यति रघोः कुले यूयं सृजध्वं सर्वेऽपि वानरेष्वं ससम्भवान् विष्णोः सहायं कुरुता यावत् स्थास्यति भूतले इति देवान् समादिश्य समाश्वास्य च मेदिनीं यौ ब्रह्मा स्वभवनं विज्वरः सुखमास्थितः देवाश्च सर्वे हरिरूपधारिणः स्थिता सहायार्थमितस्ततो हरेः महाबलाः पर्वतवृक्षयोधिनः प्रतीक्षमाणा भगवन्तमीश्वरम् इति श्रीमदध्यात्मरामायणे उमामहेश्वरसंवादे बालकाण्डे द्वितीयः सर्गः ओम शांति शांति शांति. So the 8th to 12th mantra was Bhagavan's Adbhuta Rupa description. We saw it. Now in the 13th mantra, Brahmadeva Harsha Gadgadaya Vacha Stotum Sam Upachakrame. Samyak Stotum Samyak Upachakrame. Samyak Vacha Samyak Harsha Gadgadaya. The Samyak, the indeclinable Avyaya, goes with everything. See, Samyak Harsha, Samyak Gadgada, Samyak Vacha, Samyak Stotram, Samyak Upachakrame. Samyak means perfectly. In a perfect manner, with perfect words, with perfect devotion and faith, Brahma is doing the perfect stuti of Narayana. Now, this he is doing the stuti of Narayana, but why Vyasa wrote it in this Adhyatma Brahmaanda Purana? For us to know, Brahma is authority to tell us about the Narayana Swarupa, Narayana Rupa, Narayana Guna, all of that. This is how we take Brahma and Vyasa as authority and gain this knowledge and believe in it as truth. Then through the Abhyasa sadhana, what we believe with faith, we will experience. What did Brahmadeva do stuti of Narayana? Nirguna Brahma ka bhi hoega, Saguna ka bhi hoega. Then the Bhakti Mahima bhi also will be sung in this. First he talks about Rama or Vishnu as Parabrahma. What he says, Natosmi te padam deva. Hey deva, te padam natosmi. So simple. Oh Lord, I am saluting at your feet. And who are you? Prana buddhi indriya atmabhihi mukshubhihi yat chintyate karma pashat hrudi nityam mumukshubhihi. So karma pashat mumukshubhihi, those people who want to get mukti, liberated from the past of the karma. See, sanchita agami and prarabdha karma make us continue as a jiva. So is karma pasha, and karma is caused by kamana, kamana is caused by avidya, avidya kama karma is called as hridaya granthi. So for granthi bhedanam, if you say from that side, from the for the ajnana nivrutti, same thing. For kama nivrutti, it is same thing. For karma nivrutti, they are all interconnected. So in one place it is said Bhagavan is worshipped by this bhakta. Bhagavan is worshipped by this bhakta. For what? For what? For mukti. Mukti from what? Bandhanam. Bandhanam created a what? Granthi. Therefore, this bhakta worships the Bhagavan for mukti. This bhakta worships the Bhagavan for the mukti from bandhanam. This bhakta worships Bhagavan for mukti from the Hridaya Granthi. Bhakta worships Bhagavan for avidya nasha. Bhakta worships Bhagavan for kama nasha. Bhakta worships Bhagavan for karma nasha. Bhakta worships Bhagavan for samsara nasha. सेम सब, एक जगह वो बताया. कहीं ग्रंथि भेदनम कहते हैं, कहा कर्म छेदनम, कर्म क्षयम. Samshaya Chedanam, Karma Kshayam, Granthi Bhedanam. All of them are same. And what is the basic thing? Because of the avidya of the Atma, there is Kamana. Because of the Kamana, there is Karma. Because of karma, the Karma Phala. The Karma Phala leads us to Samsara Chakra. The Karmas are three types. Agami, Sanchita, Prarabdha. So, I'm just explaining the word clearly. What is the main sentence? Karma Pashad Mumukshubhihi. कर्म पाश से मुक्ति चाहने वाले मुमुक्षु लोग, व्हाट दे डू? नित्यम चिंत्यते हृदय. दे डू इन देयर हृदय नित्य चिंतनम. ऑफ व्हाट? यू ओनली. हाउ? प्राण बुद्धि इंद्रियात्मा भी. इट इज बोथ वेज. दिस श्लोका सेज टू वेज. मुमुक्षु लोग विथ देयर प्राण बुद्धि इंद्रिय आत्मा do your dhyana in their heart for them to get liberated from all karma pash. Other meaning is what? Oh Lord, I am saluting to you with prana buddhi indriya atma. Who are you? You whose feet are meditated by the rishis or the mumukshus in their hridaya to get freed from the karma pash. So here the buddhi, prana buddhi indriya atma, you can add it to Brahmadeva or the mumukshu. If you add it to Brahmadeva, Brahma is saying, मैं काया वाचा मनसा बुद्धि इंद्रिया भगवान आपके चरण को वंदना कर रहा हूं, जिन चरण को मुमुक्षु लोग हृदय में ध्यान करते हैं कर्म पाशा मुक्ति के लिए. If you do it to the Rishi Muni, I am saluting to your feet, O Lord, you who is worshipped in the heart by the mumukshu for mukti from karma pasha through buddhi, indriya, prana, ityadi. Prana, buddhi, indriya. Means what? The mumukshu log dedicate their prana, buddhi, indriya, atma. Prana is prana shakti, so all activities. Buddhi is the buddhi activities, mana, indriyas, atma, ahankara. All of that they engage with the conviction in the heart that they are used only to serve, worship God. When He blesses, karma pasha mukti happens. So कितना important साधना हमको मिल गया देखो इधर. All the upadhis we have to use only to do upasana of Bhagavan, and that should start from the hridaya. Hrudi chintyate ka arth kya hua? In the heart they are convinced that they want mukti. They know the mukti comes only when free from karma pasha. Karma pasha mukti only Bhagavan gives. Bhagavan gives only when we worship Him. And worshipping we have to do wholeheartedly. How? By using all faculties given by Him only to serve Him, worship Him. Clear हो गया? कितना बढ़िया. 2 more time, 3 more time you listen, the thought comes to us. All upadhi is used. And then how do you use the indriya for Bhagavan? So Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, these are the techniques by which all our upadhis are engaged in Bhagavan only. So Mumukshu log ultimately भगवान को ही हृदय में ध्यान भी करते हैं, उपाधियों से भी भगवान का ही सेवा करते हैं। As a result, they want freedom from karma pasha. When the karma pasha gone, there is no janma marana samsara. Karma pasha will go only when the kamana goes. Kamana goes when avidya goes. Avidya goes when vidya comes. Therefore, when we do upasana Bhagavan, how Bhagavan helps us? By giving us Atma Vidya. That means from so many lives as a mumukshu, we might have done lot of upasana Bhagavana, asking him to free us from karma pasha. And the first and last and middle way of removing karma pasha is by removing avidya. Avidya can't be removed without vidya. Dekho, Bhagavan is giving us the vidya. Bhagavan is giving us Atma Vidya every day through our classes. For what? To remove avidya. For what? Remove the kamana. For what? To remove the karma vasanas or karma pasha, so that you get liberated. Matlab, we are at the highest place if you are listening to Atma Vidya. That means for many lives we were mumukshus. It's a hint. नहीं तो हम यहाँ आकर कहाँ सुनेंगे? But totally we are not dedicated, स्वामी जी. थोड़े वासनाएं हैं, जा रहे. That's also part of the game. Some responsibilities are there. Some work God also has to accomplish through us to the world. He is getting it done. But the mere fact that we are listening to Atma Vidya is the grace of Paramatma. Because all upasanas we do Bhagavan ke liye is only for our moksha. Moksha is from avidya. It is by vidya. So vidya we are getting. So feel that thought, like I should feel. Bhagavan is giving me the Atma Vidya through Upanishad. So it is his highest blessing. Why? Because only through Atma Vidya, avidya goes. With avidya, kamana goes. Kamana, karma goes. With the karma, samsara goes away. Therefore, sakala samsara samoola. मूल क्या है? अविद्या को निवारण करने वाला विद्या को भगवान दे रहे हैं. So how much kind, compassionate he is. So instead of complain to the Lord, you are not giving me this, you are not giving that, be happy and grateful to God that He is giving the best one. Is it not for us? नहीं तो इस कलयुग में इतने भयंकर जगत में रहकर every day we are touching in our listening and thinking about the Atma Tattva, Brahma Tattva. Every class we are bombarding. तत्व का स्वरूप बता रहे हैं, लक्षण का चिंतन कर रहे हैं, उसको अनात्म से हम डिवाइड कर रहे हैं, सेपरेट. एंड दिस द आत्मज्ञान ओनली गिव्स अस मुक्ति विथ ऑल एग्जाम्पल लॉजिक्स वी आर एक्सप्लेनिंग. This is all who is doing it for us? Bhagavan only. Why you want to give us mukti? Why? We might have asked him. Therefore, feel great about ourselves. Feel great about God that He gave us this opportunity. Feel great about the occasion of studying Shastra and be intense in the involvement of that. मैं अपने लिए कह रहा हूं, आप भी अपने लिए कहो. See the Brahmadeva Stuti of one shloka, how helpful to us if we pause and ponder. हो गया. Now he says, हाँ, मायया गुणमय्या त्वं सृजस्य वसिलुम्पसि जगत्तेन न ते नृप आनन्दानुभवात्मनः. This is what. गुणमय्या मायया त्वं सृजसि अवसिलुम्पसि जगतु. With your own Maya Shakti, which has got three gunas, sattvajas, tamas, you are doing creation, maintenance, and dissolution of this Jagat. Please remember, Bhagavan is Ananta Maya Shakti. Of that Maya, it has three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. In that, with Rajoguna, it does creation. Because creation is an activity. Rajoguna ka kaam hai activity. Then Sattva Guna say he does the maintenance. Because the Sattva Guna requires the knowledge. Maintenance requires the knowledge. Then the Tamoguna is a Shaktatmaka, it is required for dissolution. Rajas se Srishti, Sattva se Sthiti, Tamas se Laya. Tamas is not our tamas like खाके सो जाते TV देखते हुए भैंस की तरह. Not that tamas. Tamas is a power. That's a Shakti. It's a technical thing. It is required for destruction. It's not tamas avidya. It's not that Bhagavan Shiva with tamo guna, he does the destruction of the creation. That's not that he भांग पीकर ऐसे निद्रा में पता ही नहीं उनको क्या कर रहे हैं और देखा होश में आकर तो पूरा दुनिया डूब गया. Don't think like that. It is a Shakti. Shaktiman uses that Shakti to accomplish that work. With Kriya Shakti of Rajoguna, the Srushti is done. फिर the Jnana Shakti of Sattva Guna, Sthiti is done. With the Laya Shakti of Tamoguna, the Laya is done. Now, how many times we heard about this? And we have to become very careful. Therefore, about what? The whole world is having Srishti Sthiti Laya. It is happening with the Trigunas. The Trigunas are the Maya, and it is wielded by Paramatma. Therefore, there is Paramatma. Let us worship Him. And in our individual life also, these three gunas are working, which we just now studied in the Bhagavad Purana. Guna Karma Murti. Oh Lord, help me to come out of Rajas Tamas. Help me to have the Sattva. Help me to use the Sattva to know the Tattva. Go on tuning to Him. Intensely, deeply. Jitna zyada. Through the japa, upasana, we do this sankalpa praying to God to make us sattva guni, thereafter tattva jnani, the more better for us. That's what equips us with this opportunity, possibility of studying Shastras, knowing the meaning of mantra, deeply contemplating on them, and opening up in our wisdom. भगवान का कृपा है जब हम उपासना से उनसे प्रार्थना करते हैं सत्व दो तत्व दो सत्व दो तत्व दो सत्व दो तत्व दो not rajas tamas and bandha rajas tamas maya bandhan I don't want. So here Brahmadeva is doing Stuti of Narayana. You with your Maya Shakti of three gunas are doing Sushti Sthiti Laya of this Jagat. Point 1. 2. Still na tena lepaha, na te lepaha. Yet the Srushti karma doesn't bind you by making you karta. The Sthiti karma doesn't bind you by making you karta. The Laya also is a karma that is happening through you, but you are not lepita, polluted, tainted by, touched by, affected by, influenced by, bound by, enslaved by the Srushti Sthiti Laya karma. That is the greatness of Bhagavan. How do you, why do you so Ananda Anubhava Atmani? Atmana means you are always in your Atma who is of Ananda Swarup. Now it's a big subject. I don't want to go to very details of it. Only one thought I share. देखो भाई किसी को कुछ करने का और करने का काम का बंधन कब होगा जब उसको उस चीज से कुछ चाहिए हो. I am bound by karma and karma phala when I have interest in the phala. I will be interested in any karma or karma phala when I don't have something. Bhagavan is Ananda Anubhava Atma. He is in the Anubhava of the Ananda. That is his own essential self. Then what else he requires? He doesn't require anything, no. When I don't need anything, I am not bound. From our side, we call it as Bhagavan's karma of Srishti Silaya, but he is not karta there as a of the karma to get the karma phala. Then what? That's what we said other day. What the difference between Jiva and Ishvara? Jiva does to get happiness. Ishvara does happily. He doesn't do to get happiness. Why? He's not miserable like us that he needs happiness. He is Ananda Anubhavatma. Then he doesn't need happiness. Then for him the Srushti is the expression of Ananda. For us living in this world, doing something, not doing something is to eke out Ananda. इसलिए उनको बंधन नहीं है. So when he is doing Srushti, he is not doing it for getting something because he is already full of the infinite bliss. Therefore, doing that Srushti karma is not binding him. लेप नहीं होता उसका. Thus, some good Srushti he did, some bad Srushti he did. Therefore, Punya Papa and he'll also go to Swarga Naraka. ये सब छोटे अज्ञानी जीव हमारे लिए है. Not to Paramatma who is in essential Brahma Ananda, Atma Ananda, Ananda Anubhava. So too when he does the sthiti, not to get Anandam, is not bound. So too at the Laya time. Therefore, being in his own pristine Atmananda, Bhagavan, when he is doing Sushti Sthiraya through his three gunas Maya, he is not having lepanam. Means what? Three gunos se or karmo se for the sake of karma phala, if you are not attached. Even you do Sushti Sthiti you are not bound. But if we have identification with the gunas, we are doing karma for some kamana asakti, even a small karma also binds us. Now the earlier shloka, what was said, Mumukshus do the dhyana of you in the heart for the mukti from karma pasha. Immediately the sadhana is told in this mantra. Live like Lord, where he does everything happily, not for happiness. then no action binds him with the karma phala. That's a mukti. Mukti is living in the self. Self is blissful. Don't do anything for happiness. Do anything to be done happily. Anything to be done, not to be done. Wala. In this way, each of the shloka, when you contemplate, परमात्मा का रूप स्वरूप जगत उसका सत्यता क्या है, कौन इसको चला रहा है, हमें उस जगत से क्या लेना देना है, हमें क्या करना है, ऑल दिस नॉलेज इज कम. लीजन जितना अंदर जाएगा जाने दो, बट सुनने का अभी हेजिटेट नहीं करना. हो गया. नाउ थर्ड वन. फर्स्ट थिंग इज टॉक्ड अबाउट परमात्मा being worshipped in the heart by others. Second shloka is Srushti Sthiti Layatva is said. Same time it is Brahma Swarupa Sthiti also said. You are in Brahmananda Swarupa, therefore you are untouched by them. But in your presence, because of you, the Maya, three gunas do the Srushti Sthiti Laya of this Jagat. Now the next one. The Bhagavad Chintana, Bhagavad Bhakti Mahima. Brahmadeva is telling us through his stuti to Narayana. He says, Tata Shuddhir na dushtanam danadhyena karmabhihi shuddhatmata te yashasi sada bhakti matam yatha. See, important thing. That's the beauty of this Adhyatma Ramayana. Gives highest value both to Jnanam and Bhakti, so that we do both of them at the peak level, complementing each other without missing our evolution in sadhana. Same technique Tulsidas followed through entire his Ramayana. यहीं से लेकर. So what he says, न तथा शुद्धिर न दुष्टानाम. I am dushta in my all antakarana and I need shuddhi. So I do the dana adhyana karma ityadi for my shuddhi. So through the dana adhyana karma, to me the dushta antakarana atma, that much shuddhi will not happen. As much as the shuddhi will happen when I do with bhakti the gunagana of Bhagavan's yasha. Shuddhatmata te yashasi sada bhakti matam yatha. Dana adhyana karma bihi shuddhi natatha bhavati. Means what? With devotion is more shuddhi than without devotion, how much ever dana you do, adhyana you do, karma you do. Karma is yajnadi. Yajnadi karma, shastradi adhyana and danadi. When we do, there is more chance of developing the ahankara. That is the most biggest ashuddhi. That much shuddhi will not happen with them. As much happens through bhakti. What is bhakti? Bhakti matam te yashasi. Those who are having devotion in the Lord by knowing and singing His glory. भक्ति है इसलिए भगवान का यश का श्रावण करा रहे हैं, या भगवान का यश का सुनना सुनाना कर रहे हैं, they are developing devotion. Now same thing is said in Bhagavata in the 12th skandam 3rd chapter by Shukdev to Parikshit भैया कलयुग में भगवत कीर्तन भगवत भक्ति के अलावा nothing can purify the hearts of people. They will, with all their arrogance of scientific discoveries and lot of money and all, they behave like terrible Rakshasas for themselves and others. And when I was reading, I was laughing only today. We chanted, na? We'll be explaining all that in due course. कि exactly what you said there is replica. जो आज हो रहा है उसका exactly वहाँ लिखा है. Here and in the Bhavishya Purana also, clearly, here in the beginning also said in the Mahatmya. Toward the end also it is in the 12th skanda, how worst is the gunas of the people in the Kali Yuga. Same is said in the Bhavishya Purana also. They are written thousands of years back. And what is said there is exactly happening. The beauty is what? Even though in the worst of Kali Yuga, still we have one way out called as Bhakti to Bhagavan by his Guna Kirtana. Guna Kirtana is done by Stotra Padanam, by Bhajan Kirtanam, and also Katha Shravan, by which we feel his presence in our heart along with our devotion to him born out of knowing his greatness. भगवान की महिमा को जानते हुए अपने हृदय में भगवान को भक्ति के साथ बिठाना, जो हम कथा सुनते हुए या भजन कीर्तन सुनते हुए करेंगे ना, that's called as bhakti. When you do that, shuddhi happens more than the shuddhi happening through dana adhyana karma. karma is yajna yaga. So na tatha shuddhi dushtanam. Dushtam is not very bad fellow whose antakarana is dushta, or they want the shuddhi. Dana adhyena karma bihi shuddhatmata yashasi sada bhaktimatam yatha. Now, this is a difference in the Purana Kala, difference in the Veda. In Veda, what we prayed in Taittiriya to that Omkara Paramatma, oh Lord, give me the wealth. With that, I do Yajna Yaga, by which what I achieve? Upata Durtekshaya. Clear? At the time only I told. At the time of Veda, it was a Veda Kala, Yajna Yagadi for Upata Durtaya. Kshaya. Upata is collected, Durtaya is Papa, Kshaya means removal, which is an obstacle for spiritual pursuit of all sadhana. Now, I told that time only we discussed, in Kali Yuga, which is much more post-Vedic period, here we don't have the ability, capacity even to do the Ucharana of the Veda mantras and doing those exhaustive big yajnas. But the same thing can be done in different way. What? Same Omkara Paramatma, you do Prarthana for the wealth, with the wealth, more than the Yajnayaga, do the easier things of the Bhagavan's Upasana. Like today, yesterday, we are seeing last 10 days, the Ganapati का उत्सव करके कितने लोगों के हृदय में 10 दिन का अंतःकरण शुद्धि हो गया. Luckily, immediately after this, another festival come, Dasara will come, Deepavali come. इंडिया का यही ब्यूटी है, हम सत्यानाश होना भी चाहते हैं तो नहीं होने देते हैं. कोई ना कोई फेस्टिवल आकर हमको फिर से रास्ते में लगाता. Same is said in Bhagavatam, Bhagavan Krishna खुद ही, when Uddhava asked, he told about the glory of Upasana. Now, which is the topic where Upasana was spoken in, not spoken in 11th Kandam? Dattatreya Prasanga Visa, Navayogi Prasanga Visa, Bhikshu Geetam Visa, we also then Avadhuta Gita Visa, Hamsa Gita Visa, everywhere Bhakti. And all these are in the Purana. Puranas are written toward the end of Dwapara and beginning of Kali. So all of us, हम सब के लिए. पुराण व्यास ने लिखा, but पुराण गाथाएं, they are about the Krita Treta of many yugas. Are you relating all of them to this point? That the Antakarana Shuddhi for we the Kali people, Kalau Keshava Kirtanat, is by the bhakti towards Bhagavan. Oh, do it more and more. Let their ardrata come. See, Brahmadeva, with his Brahma Jnana, when he had to do the Shruti of Narayana, he becomes so much paravasha with Kritagnata that इसका उनका गला गदगद होता है, आंखों में बाष्प निकलते हैं आनंद के. See, his knowledge of Ham Brahmasmi is not an obstruction to his great devotion. Rather, they are complementary. More a devotee, more a person is sensibly sensitive. More a person is sensible to have the jnanam. More a person is jnani, more sensitive one to have pure devotion. ज्ञान भक्ति को बढ़ाए, भक्ति ज्ञान को बढ़ाए. अब देखो, जब बंदा ज्ञानी बनता रहता है ना, he will never get the result of ज्ञान. Only Bhagavan indicates to him, अब थोड़ा रुक, ज्ञान को छोड़, भक्त बन. And the bhakta, the more he becomes bhakta, Bhagavan never gives him darshanam and makes him frustrated. Then bhakta asks, क्या है भगवान? ज्ञान पाओ जाके तत्वमसि. Like that, in you people, no, there are some bhaktas who are given jnanam here. There are some jnanis who are given bhakti. Complementing both. And some of you choose, I am bhakta, I will attend only the bhakta class, not attending jnana class, even though there is a chance. So you are denying. That is your soft ego, which you don't allow to remove. So throughout life, listen bhakti, but never listen jnana. That is also wrong. There are some people come for the jnana class of Upanishad, they think the bhakti is not required. So they are stuck up that. Luckily, मैं तो दोनों पढ़ा रहा हूँ, भगवान दोनों बैलेंस कर रहे हैं. पढ़ने में, अब साधना में it is internal, no, it's subjective. So do you want अंतःकरण शुद्धि या only bhakti? भगवान को बुलाओ, उपासना करो. And that's why every day we are chanting some stotras also. Oh, this much we can do. And in your own home, daily सुबह दोपहर शाम थोड़ा ध्यान चिंतन जप के साथ भी भगवान से बात करना, उनको अपने दुख सुनाना. Is it not? Make him listen. Tell him what you want and all. Then be quiet. Then he speaks from within. You listen to his voice. In that you can see what he wants us to do. मजा आता है. Then अतस्तवांघ्रिर्मे दृष्टिः चित्तदोषापनुत्तये. सद्योऽन्तर्हृदये नित्यं मुनिभिः सात्वतैर्वृतः. अतः therefore तव अंघ्रिः मे दृष्टिः, my full focus on your feet in my heart. Chitta dosha avanuttaye, for removing all the chitta dosha. Chitta dosha is, chitta itself is dosha, and in that rajotamas. Rajas tamas is removed from the chitta, it becomes sattva guna. Sattva guna chitta easily catches chitta. The moment the chitta catches chitta, there is no chitta, it's only chit now. That is the Adhyatmic sadhana. So, chitta dosha apanuttaye, to removing the chitta dosha of rajas and tamas, I am doing dhyana of you right now in my heart, your feet. Ata tava angrihi me drishta, angihi me drishtaha, me means mahi, mahyam mahi, mama. I have seen you in your feet in my heart. Chitta dosha apanuttaye, removing the dosha of the chitta. Sadhya antarhrudaye nityam munivihi satatair vrataha. All the rishi, muni of the sattvika guna have chosen by understanding and maturity to meditate on your feet in their heart for the instantaneous purification of the heart from its mala of tamas rajas. Dekho, what a beautiful upayam Bhagavan Brahma is giving. What is upayam? Take 1 year, but develop this sadhana. What is that? Anytime you close eyes, you are able to bring the charana Paramatma, and you are doing upasana is charana, and you are filled with bhakti avaish. This much we learn, maybe 1 year, 2 years. After that, anytime you get time, close eyes, remember Lord's feet, did the bhakti to that, immediately tamas rajas gone, sattva guna came, and take the mantra of the Upanishad, do the tattva chintana with the sattva mana, then the tattva jnanam, first to savikalpa roop mein, slowly as it comes to vikalpa, then the chintana, doing chitta also dissolves in the experience of the chitta. Upayam is given to us. गुरु शरण चरण और भगवत चरण का पकड़ ध्यान में होना है. That's what said in the 15th chapter of Bhagavata and Skanda. He gave us the Hridaya, then of Surya, Agni. In that Agni Tattva, do the Dhyana Mahavishnu. All explained. Then focus on one part of Bhagavan, say the eyes or lips and all. Then from that, go into the Nirguna. After getting the sufficient concentration, go into that space, the consciousness space. That you discover as you, and that alone was Narayana whom you worshipped also. One Narayana only, one Parabrahma, Chaitanya Atma only, worshipped Narayana there, worshipping the Bhakta here, both in the heart. It's a very sublime topic. We studied it more than 10 days. So therefore, O Lord, there is nothing purifier than the bhakti to you in the heart. Even dana karma also cannot do it. That's why immediately I am meditating on your feet in my heart for the instantaneous purification. This is what all the yogis do. That's what we do also every day before the class. Close eyes, remember that Bhagavan, do puja, namaskar to their feet. Guru ko, Bhagavan ko, sabko pranam kiya. Then we enter into our study. And unni ke kripa se, some discussion we are able to do every day. And every of the gurus, great people, Shankara Bhagavan and all, before starting their commentary, anything, Bhagavan ka charana ka dhyanam. Ho gaya. अतस्तवांघ्रिर्मे दृष्टिः चित्तदोषावनुत्तये सद्योऽन्तर्हृदये नित्यं मुनिभिः सात्वतैर्वृतः. Satvata munis have chosen to meditate on your feet for their instantaneous purification of mind from rajas tamas. With that bhakti, when they got sattva guna, then they do the chintana. In the chintana, they discover yourself and themselves as one. One Brahma, one Atma. हो गया. Now ब्रह्माद्यैः स्वार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थम अस्माभिः पूर्व सेवितः अपरोक्षानुभूत्यर्थम ज्ञानिभिर्हृदि भावितः. And he says, O Lord, many Brahmas before me, all of us have worshipped your feet only to get this Brahmapada. And also, many people who wanted the Jnana Anubhava of the Atma, they also did the dhyana of your feet only in their heart. So, Brahmadhyahi Swadhya Siddhyartham. Asmabhivi Brahmadhyahi. He is also Brahma. He is talking about including me, all we earlier Brahmas have got the Brahma Pada. That is called their Swartha. So, Artha is not selfishness. So, Artha means their goal. To reach to their goal of becoming Brahmadeva, we have worshipped you in your feet, in our heart. And we got it. So, to Aparokshanubhutyartham, Jnanavihi or Jignasuvihi or Mokshuvihi, those who want to have the Brahmanubhava, Brahma Jnana, and Aparokshanubhuti of the Brahma Tattva, they also did the Hrudi Bhavana of you only. See, Hrudi Bhavitam, Hrudi Bhavaye. In our last 1 month, the number of 50, 60 stotras we chanted, at least 10, 12 of them were there. Hrudiyam Ide, Hrudi Bhavaye, Hrudi Bhavaye. Sri Chinmayam Guruvaram Hrudi Bhavayami. So to Namo Namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam Pratarevahi Manasantari Bhavayet Guru Padukam. All the stotras tell us to do the bhavana of entire Bhagwan's Rupa in the heart, later on to come to that Sarnagati, at his feet the bhakti. So Brahmadi Devatas got the Brahma Pada by God's grace by meditating on the feet of the Lord with that more devotion in their heart. The great Jnanis, Munis became the Brahmanubhuta, Avarokshanubhava they got. They also did the same thing of having the bhakti to the Lord in their own heart. देखो ये कथा रामायण की और इसको जोड़ा आध्यात्म और आध्यात्म रामायण का आध्यात्म बताते हुए भी भक्ति भी बता रहे हैं and the authority of direct Brahmadeva himself and praising to Narayana not in absentia, in front only, which is acknowledged by Narayana. So all these evidences should prove, my Lord, that these are very authentic sources of knowledge to be learnt and practiced. What is that? Whether you want Aparokshanubhuti or Brahmanubhava, or whether you want to the Maha Brahma Adi Padavi, for both of that, do the upasana of Narayana in the heart, unke charana ka. And we can see in Vishnu Sahasranama, Telugu people, at least 15-20 times now it has come, Smrti Matrena, Papa Nirmulanatvaatu, Agha Nirmulanatvaatu, Durita Nirmulanatvaatu, like that, again and again is coming. भगवान का स्मरण मात्र से सारे पाप जाते. Why? Because it was the first sloka. Yes, स्मरण मात्र है जन्म संसार वदनात्. Shankara Bhagwan's commentary is so sublime. He doesn't miss even one word, never forgets what he has written as Bhasha in all Upanishads. Keeping all that in mind only, he comments even one name of Bhagwan in Vishnu Sahasranam. His genius is something. उनके जीनियस को एक्नॉलेज करने के लिए हमको 10 जन्म का उनका उपासना कर. आई एम जस्ट कनेक्टिंग ऑल दैट इन विष्णु सहस्रनाम आल्सो. भगवान का नाम लेने से उपात्त दुरित क्षय होता है बताया. ऐसे बहुत जगह हुआ, ऐसे भगवान ने भाष्य किया. उनके लिए उसका आधार ऐसे स्मरण मात्रेण. उसके लिए मैंने कहा ही नेवर फॉरगेट्स दी. पीछे जो कहा, दूसरे टेक्स्ट में जो कहा, अब जो कह रहे आगे क्या कहना है, आगे को मन में रखकर कहते हैं. लाइक ही गेव द भाष्य टू दशम अनुवाक, कीपिंग एवरीथिंग फ्यूचर इन माइंड. दिस अनुवाक इज फॉर ब्रह्म विद्या. ऑल दैट हाउ डिड ही से इन कीपिंग फ्यूचर श्लोका इन माइंड. ही स्टडीड ऑल दैट. That's how any commentator should comment, only after thoroughly understanding. It is totally different subject, not this. Here इतना बता रहे कि we are getting a upaya that start doing Bhagavad Charana Dhyana in the Hridaya for the Aparokshanubhuti also and any other thing, including if you want to become Brahmadeva. मेरे को तो नहीं चाहिए ना ब्रह्म बनना ना इंद्र बनना बाबा. हो बहुत टेंशन. ओनली अपरोक्षानुभूति of आत्म तत्व. ओके, तथास्तु कहो सब लोग. देन तवांग्रि पूजा निर्माल्य तुलसी मालया विभो स्पर्धते वक्षसि पदिम लब्ध्वापि श्रीः सपत्नीवतु. It's a very interesting, very soft, sensitive way of saying Bhagavan Charana Mahima. Charana Mahima, Charana Upasana Mahima. In one sloka, Brahmadeva is hinting. He's very intelligent. And he thinks whoever is studying these is also intelligent. And intelligent people don't explain elaborately like me. They only say in one sentence like Bhagavan Shankara. What is the story here? So simple. He says, ki Lakshmi Devi is in the Hridaya of Narayan. Then somebody or Tulasi Devi came and did puja to Narayana's pada. Looking at Tulasi doing upasana to the Lord's pada, Lakshmi Devi, who is in the Hridaya, felt this spardha with Tulasi. No, इतना स्टोरी है. दिस द मीनिंग ऑफ इट. आई टेल यू अगेन. तब अंग्रि पूजा निर्माल्य तुलसी मालया. द तुलसी माला which is done the puja of the feet of you, O Lord. तुलसी माला से आपका पाद का पूजा हो गया. Seeing that one, स्पर्धते वक्षसि पदम लब्ध्वापि श्रीहि सपत्निवतु. She has spardha, quarrel, fighting, or the Arsuya, etc., with the Tulasi, like a sapatni, like the other, whatever you call, second wife, जो भी कहते हैं. Seeing that Tulasi, स्पर्धा कर रही है लक्ष्मी देवी तुलसी को देखकर जो आपके चरण में अर्पित है. Whereas where is Lakshmi? In the heart only. In the position of being in the heart is great, no? Than in the feet. But still she is afraid. Because Lakshmi also knows something subtler. What is that? More greater than having in the heart of the Lord is being at his feet. That is a lesson very subtly, indicatively, Brahmadeva is conveying. More greater. And why is it so? When Lord is in my heart, or I am in the heart of the Lord, I command the Lord. I become egoistic there. Then Lord will never listen to me. Then I have to become his slave. Whereas with the bhavana of the dasa, at the feet when the upasana is done, acknowledging that Bhagavan himself becomes the dasa. तो डर गई वो कि तुलसी के दास भगवान राम बन जाए तो तुलसी रामायण लिखेंगे वो. He will leave me. That was your स्पर्धा. इसलिए भगवान को भी अपने को हृदय में रखने वाले या हृदय में रहने वाले से भी चरण में रहने वाले ज्यादा पसंद. Then only the ahankara goes away. That is why the ultimate shloka of Gita is Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Sharana is always at the feet. Falling at the feet is called Sharanagati. कंधे पे कंधे मिला के भगवान आई एम सरेंडरिंग टू यू, ऐसा नहीं होता है ना. शरणागत द फीट. लाइक इन नॉर्थ इंडिया दे टेक ऑल फ्लावर्स एंड ऑफर टू ऑल गुरु स्वामीज, जुग जुग जियो स्वामी करके वो लोग आशीर्वाद. सो इंटरेस्टिंग, इट वेरी जॉयफुल, दे वेरी इनोसेंट, दे डोंट नो बट करते हैं. ऐसा नहीं होना. एट द फीट इज शरणागत. So Lakshmi Devi is in Spardha with Tulsi, seeing Tulsi is offered at the feet of Narayana, thinking that he will surrender to him, her, and leaving her. ऐसी बात. मतलब भगवान को चरण के भक्त करने वाला ज्यादा पसंद है. It is good. Everywhere, no, a boss always wants subordinates to support, surrender to him. It is good for the boss and them. That is why even our Upasana Prakriya of the Taittiriya Upanishad, what we all have done is did the seva with our upadhi to the samashti. वही तो कहा हमने भी, बार बार देखा ना, वही बात हो गई. तो in the same way, अतः तत्पाद भक्तेषु तो भक्ति श्रियोधिका भक्ति में वा अभिवांछन्ति तद्भक्ता सारवेदिनः. So therefore, so अतः तत्पाद भक्तेषु तो भक्ति श्रियोधिका. Your love for your devotees at the feet is more than your love for Lakshmi. Knowing this, tad bhaktaha sara vedinaha, knowers of the sara, bhakti meva vivanchanti. They seek only the devotion at your feet. Now, these are all things time consuming to explain exhaustively. कितना बढ़िया टॉपिक, मजा आ रहा है कि नहीं. Our hearts are becoming clear, pure, pakka in the correct knowledge, getting the conviction. Is it not? In the initial days, Parama Bhakti to the Lord in the heart by worshipping his feet. When it is complete, in which we do the total Sharanagati to him, then he slowly comes in the form of Guru, gives the Tattva Jnanam. Same heart, do the Tattva Chintana. You will know the presence of Paramatma there. Having experienced him, he alone is everywhere. Some more shlokas 1, 2, 3, 4. Then Bhagavan asking, कि क्या चाहिए तुमको? Why did you all come as a big party, big group? Then Brahmadeva says, after which the third sarga straight away Sri Rama avatar ka avirbhav hoyega. And also the Bala Leela, they will continue. Tomorrow we'll see Sarvam Ramarpanam, Vyasa Arpanam, Shiva Arpanam. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. भगवान शक्ति दे आपको मेरे को कहने सुनने को, तो 6 घंटे लगाकर उसी में रेवल कर सकते. करना था पिछले 40-50 साल से, बूढ़े हो गया, अभी क्या होगा, जितना होगा उतना. एंड डे बाय डे माय कैपेसिटी टू स्पीक आल्सो गेटिंग रिड्यूस्ड. आई नो दैट, बट आई एम कंटेंटेड कि जितना हो रहा है. ओके. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वंतरे अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामय विनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः. ओम भाग्याब्धि चंद्रिका भक्त चित्त केकि गणागण रोगवरद दंभोलिर्मृत्युदार कुठारिकाय नमो नमः. ओम नासै रोग हरे सौपीरा जपत निरंतर मत वीरा. ओम श्री हनुमद्वीराय नमः. ओम श्री हनुमते 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 नमः. With full bhakti, Shiva Smarana. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. ओम वज्रनखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्गुष्टाय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात्. ओम नमो भगवते श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहाय प्रह्लादाय च. ओम वज्रनखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्गुष्टाय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात्. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहाय प्रह्लादाय च. ओम वज्रनखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्गुष्टाय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात्. ओम नमो भगवते श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहाय प्रह्लादाय च. Today's stotrams are only 2. We do 1 mantra matruka pushpamala stavaha for mother, then Ganeshtika sarva vigna vinashana. We do Lakshmi Ganapati Stotram and also Ganaadhipa Stotram. Then Sarva Vigna Vinashana Stotram. 1 of Mother, 3 of Ganapati, Chote Chote. Tomorrow we'll conclude with Ganesha Vamina Stotram, the Ganesha Stotras. Other things will continue. Mm. 1 minute for me to make an alteration here. ओम अथ श्री आद्यशंकराचार्य कृत मंत्रमातृका पुष्पमाला स्तवः श्री मातु कृपा कटाक्ष सिद्धि द्वारा अस्मिन् जन्मनि एव श्री मातुः चरणारविन्दे भक्ति प्राप्त्यर्थं ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोध सिद्ध्यर्थं विश्वशान्ति विश्वकल्याणार्थं सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक संस्कृतेः विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं च ओम अथ श्री मंत्रमातृका पुष्पमाला स्तवः ओम कल्लोलोल्लसितामृताब्धिलहरी मध्ये विराजन्मणि द्वीपे कल्पकवाटिका परिवृते कादम्बवाट्युज्ज्वले रत्नस्तम्भसहस्रनिर्मितसभा मध्ये विमानोत्तमे चिन्तारत्नविनिर्मितं जननिते सिंहासनं भावये एणाङ्कानलभानुमण्डललसत् श्रीचक्रमध्ये स्थितां बालार्कद्युतिभासुरां करतलैः पाशाङ्कुशौ बिभ्रतीं चापं बाणमपि प्रसन्नवदनां कौसुम्भवस्त्रान्वितां तां त्वां चन्द्रकलावतं समकुटां चारुस्मितां भावये ईशानादिपदं शिवैकफलकं रत्नासनं ते शुभं पाद्यं कुङ्कुमचन्दनादिभरितैः अर्घ्यं सरत्नाक्षतैः शुद्धैराचमनीयकं तव जलैः भक्त्या मया कल्पितं कारुण्यामृतवारिधे तदखिलं सन्तुष्टये कल्पताम् लक्ष्ये योगिजनन्यलक्षितजगत् जाले विशाले क्षणे प्रालेयाम्बुपटीरकुङ्कुमलसत् कर्पूरमिश्रोदकैः गोक्षीरैरपि नारिकेलसलिलैः शुद्धोदकैर्मन्त्रितैः स्नानं देवि धियामयै सन्तुष्टये कल्पताम् ह्रीङ्काराङ्कितमन्त्रलक्षिततनो हेमाचलात् संचितैः रत्नैरुज्ज्वलमुत्तरीयसहितं कौसुम्भवर्णां शुकं मुक्तासन्ततियज्ञसूत्रममलं सौवर्णतन्तोद्भवं दत्तं देवि धियामयै सन्तुष्टये कल्पताम् हंसैरप्यतिलोभनीयगमने हारावळीमुज्ज्वलाम् हिन्दोळद्युतिहीरपूरिततरे हेमाङ्गदे कङ्कणे मञ्जीरे मणिकुण्डले मकुटमपि अर्धेन्दुचूडामणिं नासामौक्तिकमङ्गुलीयकटके काञ्चीमपि स्वीकुरु सर्वाङ्गे घनसारकुङ्कुमघन श्रीगन्धपङ्काङ्कितं कस्तूरीतिलकं च फालफलके गोरोचनापत्रकं गण्डादर्शनमण्डले नयनयोः दिव्याञ्जनं तेञ्चितं कण्ठाब्जे मृगनाभिपङ्कममलं त्वत्प्रीतये कल्पताम् कल्हारोत्पलमल्लिकामरुवकैः सौवर्णपङ्केरुहैः जाजीचम्पकमालतीवकुलकैः मन्दारकुन्दादिभिः केतक्याकरवीरकैर्बहुविधैः क्लुप्ताः स्रजो मालिकाः सङ्कल्पेन समर्पयामि वरदे सन्तुष्टये कल्पताम् हन्तारं वदनस्य नन्दयसि यैः अङ्गैरनङ्गोज्ज्वलैः यैर्भृङ्गावळिनीलकुन्तलभरैः बध्नासि तस्याशयं तानीमानि तवाम्ब कोमलतराणि आमोदलीलागृहाणि आमोदाय दशाङ्गगुग्गुलघृतैः धूपैरहं धूपये लक्ष्मीमुज्ज्वलयामि रत्नन्योः भासान्तरे मन्दिरे मालारूपविलम्बितैर्मणिमय स्तम्भेषु सम्भावितैः चित्रैर्नाटकपुत्रिकाकरधृतैः गव्यैर्घृतैर्वर्धितैः दिव्यैर्दीपगणैर्धिया गिरिसुते सन्तुष्टये कल्पताम् ह्रीङ्कारेश्वरि तप्तहाटककृतैः स्थालीसहस्रैर्युतं दिव्यान्नं घृतसूपशाकभरितं चित्रान्नभेदं तथा दुग्धान्नं मधुशर्करादधियुतं माणिक्यपात्रे स्थितं माशापूपसहस्रमम्बसफलं नैवेद्यमावेदये सच्चायैर्वङ्केत कीदळरुचा ताम्बूलवल्लीदलैः पूगैर्भूरिगुणैः सुगन्धिमधुरैः कर्पूरखण्डोज्ज्वलैः मुक्ताचूर्णविराजितैर्बहुविधैः वक्त्राम्बुजामोदितैः पूर्णारत्नकलाचिका तव मुदे न्यस्ता पुरस्तादु मे कन्याभिः कमनीयकान्तिविरलङ्कारामलारार्तिका पात्रे मौक्तिकचित्रपङ्क्तिविलसत् कर्पूरदीपालिभिः तत्तत्ताळमृदङ्गगीतसहितं नृत्यत्पदाम्भोरुहं मन्त्राराधनपूर्वकं सुनिहितं नीराजनं गृह्यतां लक्ष्मीर्मौक्तिकलक्षकल्पितसितत् छत्रं तु धत्ते रसात् इन्द्राणी चरतिश्च चामरपरे दत्ते स्वयं भारती वीणामेण विलोचनाः सुमनसा नृत्यन्ति तद्रागवत् भावैराङ्गिकसात्विकैः स्फुटरसं मातस्त्वया कर्ण्यतां ह्रीङ्कारत्रयसम्पुटेन मनुनोपास्ये त्रयीमौलिभिः वाक्यैर्लक्ष्यतनोतव स्तुतिविधौ को वा क्षमेताम्बिके संलापास्तुतयः प्रदक्षिणशतं सञ्चार एवास्तु ते संवेशो न मनः सहस्रमखिलं सन्तुष्टये कल्पतां श्रीमन्त्राक्षरमालया गिरिसुतां यः पूजयेच्चेतसा सन्ध्यासु प्रतिवासरं सुनियतः तस्यामलस्याचिरात् चित्ताम्भोरुहमण्टपे गिरिसुता नृत्तं विधत्ते रसात् वाणी वक्त्रसरोरुहे जलधिजा गेहे जगन्मङ्गला वाणी वक्त्रसरोरुहे जलधिजा गेहे जगन्मङ्गला इति गिरिवरपुत्री पादराजीवभूषा भुवनममलयन्ती सूक्तिसौरभ्यसारा शिवपदमकरन्दस्यन्दिनीमन्निबद्धा मदयतु कविभृङ्गान् मातृका पुष्पमाला इति श्री आद्यशङ्कराचार्य कृत मंत्रमातृका पुष्पमाला स्तवः सम्पूर्णम्. Every stotra is so ecstatic, so beautiful, divine in the vocabulary, in the theme, in the expression. What a marvelous they are. Find some time in life, go to a guru, ask him to teach all these stotra. So wonderful they are. Divine, divine. I am just feeling so guilty, regretted. How did I miss all these all through the lives? See how Bhagavan prepares us. He made us chant all these. Then he created desire in us. Then he will see that some project is made to involve in this. Thus he is making us do this sadhana. Yehi hai Bhagavad Kripa. Thank you. Tomorrow we will do the huge stotram. Ganapati. Om Mata Sri Mahaganapati Kripaya Sarva Vigna Nivarana Dwara Sharirika Manisika Arogya Dwara Bhakti Jnana Dara Jnana Dwara Atmanava Siddhyartham Sri Lakshmi Ganapati Stotra Parayanam Karishyamahe Om Om Mata Sri Lakshmi Ganapati Stotram Om Namo Vigna Rajaya Sarva Saukhya Pradayine दुष्टारिष्ट विनाशाय पराय परमात्मने लंबोदरं महावीर्यं नागयज्ञोपशोभितं अर्धचंद्रधरं देवं विघ्नव्यूह विनाशनम् ओं ह्रां ह्रीं ह्रूं ह्रैं ह्रौं ह्रः हेरम्बाय नमो नमः स्वसिद्धिप्रदोषित्वं सिद्धिबुद्धिप्रदो भव चिन्तितार्थप्रदस्त्वं हि सततं मोदकप्रिया सिन्दूरारुणवस्त्रैश्च पूजितो वरदायक इदं गणपतिस्तोत्रं यः पठेत् भक्तिमान् नरः तस्य देहं च गेहं च स्वयं लक्ष्मीर्न मुञ्चति इति श्री लक्ष्मी गणपति स्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम्. अथ श्री गणाधिप स्तोत्रम्. This is for getting lot of wealth, children, etc. Santana and Sampatti Praptyartham Sri Ganadhipa Stotram. Om Sarag सरागिलोकदुर्लभं विरागिलोकपूजितं सुरासुरैः नमस्कृतं जरादिमृत्युनाशकं गिरागुरुं श्रिया हरिं जयन्ति यत्पदार्भका नमामि तं गणाधिपं कृपापय पयोनिधिं गिरीन्द्रजामुकाम्बुजप्रमोददानभास्करं करीन्द्रवक्त्रमानतागसङ्गवारणोद्यतं सरीसृपेशबद्धकुक्षिमाश्रयामि सन्ततं शरीरकान्तिनिर्जिताब्जबन्धुपालसन्ततिं शुकादिमौनिवन्दितं गकारवाच्यमक्षरं प्रकाममिष्टदायिनं सकामनम्रपङ्क्तये चकासनं चतुर्भुजैर्विकासि पद्मपूजितं प्रकाशितात्मतत्त्वकं नमाम्यहं गणाधिपम् नराधिपत्वदायकं स्वरादिलोकदायकं जरादिरोगवारकं निराकृतासुरव्रजं कराम्बुजैर्धरन् शृणीन् विकारशून्यमानसैः हृदा सदा विभावितं मुदा नमामि विघ्नपं क्षमापनोदवक्नक्षमं क्षमापनोदनक्षमं समाहितान्तरात्मना समाधिभिः सदार्चितं क्षमानिधिं गणाधिपं रमाधवादिपूजितं यमान्तकात्मसम्भवं शमाधिषड्गुणप्रदं नमामि तं विभूतये गणाधिपस्य पञ्चकं नृणामभीष्टदायकं प्रणामपूर्वकं जना पठन्ति ये मुदायुताः भवन्ति ते विदां पुरः प्रगीतवैभवा जनाः चिरायुषोऽधिकश्रिय सुसूनवो न संशयः इति श्रीमद्शङ्कराचार्य विरचितं श्रीगणाधिपस्तोत्रम् अथ श्री सर्वविघ्नविनाशन स्तोत्रम् श्रीराधिका उवाच ओम परं धाम परं ब्रह्म परेशं परमेश्वरं विघ्ननिघ्नकरं शान्तं पुष्टं कान्तमनन्तकं सुरासुरेन्द्रैः सिद्धेन्द्रैः स्तुतं स्तौमि परात्परं सुरपद्मदिनेशं च गणेशं मङ्गलायनम् इदं स्तोत्रं महापुण्यं विघ्नशोकहरं वरं यः पठेत् प्रातरुत्थाय सर्वविघ्नात् प्रमुच्यते इति श्रीब्रह्मवैवर्तपुराणे श्रीकृष्णजन्मखण्डे सर्वविघ्नविनाशनस्तोत्रं यं निर्जरासुरवरा अखिलार्थसिद्ध्यै भूर्यन्तराय हतये नुदिनं नमन्ति तं भक्तकामपरिपूर्णकल्पवृक्षं भक्त्या गणेशमखिलार्थदमानतोऽस्मि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। थैंक यू। ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो न प्रचोदयात् प्राणाय अपानाय व्यानाय उदानाय सम ब्रह्मणे ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महविः ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मैवतेने अन्नं चतुर्ने नीलमेघश्याम नित्यजगन्मोहन बालगोपाल वेणुगानलोल वेदांत विद्या नवनीत भक्तजनाधार परमदयाभारति मुक्तसन्धायकमु गीतामृताद परमयोगिभारतार ततत्र सूर्योभार्गं नेमावितो तमेव नारायणानुदास मम ब्रह्मलोकालाशेषाल एरिमे गुरुकमलासुरे बोल सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। दादावर कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। उमावर चंद्रचूड़ भगवान की जय। सिद्धि विनायक भगवान की जय। श्री रामायण महाभारत भागवत उपनिषद गीता अध्यात्म रामायण ब्रह्मसूत्र योग सूत्र पातंजल सूत्र आदि समस्त श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास सनातन शास्त्र की जय। वेद व्यास शुकदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय। विश्वामित्र विष्णु वाल्मीकि तुलसीदास वेद व्यासादि रामायणाचार्य की जय। वेद व्यास वैशंपायन आज्ञोल के आदि शंकरादि ब्रह्म विद्याचार्य की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। समस्त भक्त मंडल की जय। आज की आनंद की जय। नम पार्वती वते हर हर महादेव हर। सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंद गोविंद। जानकी जीवन स्मरण जय जय राम राम। अम्बे अम्बे माता की जय। थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, वन मोर डे at the feet of Lord. May we have the deeply made samskaras of bhakti jnanam in our heart increase day by day through these classes. May all these classes don't go wasted. May all of them have their influence in making us serious, sincere bhakta and jignasu. The true sadhana happens through us and through true darshan of Bhagavan also we are able to have. Hey Bhagavan, Make us do more and more tapasya if you need for your Krupa and Karuna. But shower that Krupa and Karuna. May we evolve in our understanding about you. May we evolve in our surrender it to your feet, at your feet, so that our Janma become Dhanya. Take away the samsara along with Karana from our hearts. Give us Bhakti Jnana Mukti. We are all your humble children, your devotees at your feet. Thank you.